Kai Kara-France reveals losing the split decision against Amir Albazi this past weekend cost him $100,000 US. As most of you know, although the fight was close, a lot of fans and fighters believed Kai to be the victor. Israel Adesanya suggested that judges get interviewed after fights so they can be held accountable and explain why they scored it the way they did. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Kai said to have a bit of time and kind of reflect and let it sink in, look at all the stats and watch the fight back. I lost, but I didn't lose. It's a weird feeling when you're at an after party with Shaquille O'Neal and he's DJing and you're thinking, bro, I should be celebrating a win right now. And it feels like I should be, but I don't have that W next to my name. So it's a tough one. It's hard to see how the judges gave it to Amir. When you look at it, black and white, what the stats were, and what he was trying to implement, and what I was able to neutralize and capitalize on moments, I definitely thought I won, and I felt the whole world does. I haven't met anyone or seen anyone yet that thought Amir won besides Amir. But hey, that's the fight. I can't change the result. I feel like my stocks don't go down at all. People know that I'm one of the best guys in the world, and that performance showed that I'm at the highest level. I definitely thought I won round 1. 2 was a close round, but I feel like I did enough. He got me down in the 3rd round, took my back, couldn't finish me, and I ended up finishing on top, raining down elbows. And then the 4th and 5th, I was the one dictating the pace. I was the one pressured. I was the one landing the better shots. And it's how you finish. It's momentum. It's pretty much stamping that you're winning the fight. He was tired, he was gassed. All he did was push me against the cage and a few flurries, but mostly it was me the last 2 rounds. So it's a tough one when you're looking at my career right now. That cost me $100,000, that loss. It cost me my ranking, number 3 in the world, where winning this fight would have put me right back in with probably Brandon Royval to fight for the number 1 contender. It puts me right back where I want to be, which is the best in the world. It's a tough one when you look at it like that, and you take a step back and you've got to think, what are these judges looking at? I wasn't going to win right from the start if that's what they're looking at. So it kind of makes you really question, what are the judges even trying to see here? They're not even giving me a chance at 4th and 5th round. If I didn't even push, they wouldn't have given it to me anyway. So it's a really tough situation. But I guess the game we play is subjective and this stuff happens. It's a tough one to take, isn't it? When you look at it like that and you see how much it does affect a fighter, when decisions don't go the right way, you put so much into this. I've been away from fighting for 11 months, and then to put a 12-week camp together, feeling great coming in as a main event slot, and to have it go down like that. Obviously, it's kind of on me as well, to go in there and finish fights. But you would think these guys would be making the best calls when it comes to the decisions. This is their job. It's what they're paid to do, be analysts. You've got to take it for what it is. And if you're in the fight capital of the world, you've got to be more accountable to what you're looking at, what you're judging on. There's so much criteria to this, I never really had a chance. It sucks, but what do? You've just got to go get another fight booked and get back to it. Make up for that loss. It's not going to be solved overnight, this problem that we have with these judges. It's definitely something to look at when you're going into a fight and you look at these names reoccurring and you start to question, do I want this guy judging my fight? Because I don't want to be in this situation again where I'm looking at my phone. I'm seeing thousands of people saying Kai got robbed, Kai should have won, and I can't change anything. I'm just on to the next. And I'm trying not to be caught up with this because it's energy wasted for me. I'm not trying to be a bad sport and say, why me? I've never done that in my career. I'll just move forward. On to the next challenge. Ali Abdelaziz and Dillon Danis had words on Twitter today. It started with Islam Makhachev tweeting this. He wrote, Elon Musk, you cheap guy, where's my blue tick? Dillon Danis replied saying you need to get your blue belt before you can get the blue tick, you bum. And Ali replied with this article. It says Dillon Danis slapped by manager Ali Abdelaziz in backstage altercation at UFC 268. It's from November in 2021. Ali wrote, stop talking trash to the champion, you're a bum. Dana White gives an update on Conor McGregor and whether or not he's concerned with Conor's return in MMA.
No, you can't think like that. I mean, listen, that's the business we're in. Anything is possible in this business. I mean, we were just talking about PFL and what happened to those guys. Anything is possible. You don't know. And you guys don't know this much of what goes on behind the scenes and how hard it is to put all these fights together. I mean, when you look at what Sean and Mick have done this last week, to keep some of these guys in the fight, like Jim Miller, and bring in savages from Tajikistan, you know what I mean, on short notice. You know, this is a rough business to keep your fight cards together and pull this stuff off. We've had, first of all, Conor called me a couple days ago and loved the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter and saying how happy he was that he was a part of it. And I think being here in the environment and everything else, he felt it again and felt like he wants to get back and fight. The one thing that you guys have to understand is this kid has so much money. It's like Khabib now. It's like these guys got loads of money, and it's hard to, reel these guys back in and get them fired up. to get in a fight. I never get concerned. You know what I mean? Listen, when guys show, we have a massive roster of people that want to come in and people that are ready to fight and people that want to be Conor McGregor, you know, and be at that level. You know, it's like for the last 20 years, everybody said, oh my God, what are you guys going to do when Chuck Liddell retires? You guys are, oh my God, GSP, Anderson Silva, this and that. This is a professional sport. People come in here, they achieve great things, and they retire. You know what I mean? You can never worry about that type of stuff. It is what it is. It's part of the game. It's my job and my team's job to find new talent and build them and take them to that level.
Last week, Khamzat Chimaev had words for Israel Adesanya and accused the UFC of protecting Izzy from him. Khamzat said for Israel, there's nobody there, only me. So if you spoke about money, if you ask the fans, they want to see me in Israel. I'm a bad matchup for him. Everyone knows he's going to lose the title to me. That's why they saved that guy. You know they built up him. They don't want to lose him that fast. I'd finish that guy without punches, and that's why they're scared. Then his story's dead, you know? They don't want to kill that guy. Maybe the guy makes money for them, but I still make money as well, so I don't know what's going on. Who is he going to fight? There is nobody. He wins against all the strikers, and I'm a wrestler, a killer. I squeeze the heads of my opponents. I'm the biggest name without the belt. When you fight with me, it's more money, more fans. When I fight, everyone is waiting for my fight. When I fought with Gilbert Burns, we weren't main event, but everyone was waiting for us. This week, Izzy made an appearance on Impulsive with Logan Paul. Izzy fired back at Khamzat saying, trust me, I'm not scared of nobody on this f***ing planet. No one. And also, guess what? I like a challenge. Chimaev presents something unique. I've seen wrestlers before. It's a big fight. That's why I like that. Cheddar makes it better, but he's got Kamaru Usman, and after that is probably going to go for the title if he wins. I've got bigger fish to fry. I'm going to be there in July for UFC 290, and I'm going to see what's up. Not with Rob, with Duplessis. He said some shit in the past. He always tweets after my fights anyway, but I don't respond to nonsense. Everyone does. I'm the champ. Even when Pereira took the belt, I was still the champ. I wasn't the UFC champion, but they still called me champ on the streets because I'm me. I'm Israel Adesanya. I have that name, that target on my back no matter what. And I said that even leading up to this last fight. People were like, do you feel the pressure has been taken off you now that you've lost the belt? I was like, nah, I'm still Israel Adesanya. I'm still the last stylebender. They want to fight me because I'm one of the greatest in the game right now. They want to have me on their mantelpiece, or that name like, yeah, I beat him, or I fought him. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Dana White going off on MMA media. The first one says Dana White calling MMA media outlets unprofessional, while cussing every other word when calling them names. Ironic. The second one's from Noob Jitsu. It says besides an actual back and forth fight, there is nothing quite as entertaining as witnessing Uncle Dana go on a rant. He could literally turn it into a show, and it would probably pull huge numbers, the likes of which Power Slap has never seen. And the final one's from Real Dirty Studios. It says facts strike nerves with people like Dana. They hate to hear the truth, and they definitely hate being told that they're doing things wrong. Always needs lips on his ass. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.